Good morning and welcome to WPDM, your Panther station. I am Madison along with
Addie, now for your moment of silence.
Now for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now for your Panther news.
Today is Thursday, September 22nd.
Today's high is 94 and sunny.
Happy birthday to Evan Guffey, Camila Peralta, Gaden Abbey, and Emma Dubé.
Roars today after school. Purchase your band at lunch for $5. Rides need to be at the school by 5:15.
To start with Hello Week. Today, think about an adult you trust. Tomorrow is the day to sign the pledge. It's been a great week.
Special congratulations to all Piedmont cross-country runners on a successful home meet. You ran hard, supported your teammates, and lifted up other competitors the way you should. When we support and serve others, we all win. Coach Head is proud of you.
All career cluster choices must be turned in this Friday, September 23rd. You can find the form and announcements on the Piedmont Student Canvas page.
No school on Monday. It is a teacher work day.
See you at the poll is Wednesday, September 28th at 7:15 a.m. in the courtyard.
Fall pictures are September 29th. This is your yearbook photo.
Robotics Club is Thursdays until 4:30. Girls on the Run is Tuesdays and Thursdays until 5 o'clock. Teens for Christ is Tuesdays every morning at 7:30.
Teachers, before sending students to the Media Center to see Ms. Funderburg, please call number 175.
Mr. McDonald is available for student computer help every morning from 8:30 to 10 o'clock. Teachers, please send him a Teams message outside of that time.
Book holds are ready for Allie S., Eric Lucas, Joshua, Miles, Connor, Giovanni, Jasmine, Ava, Lillian, Hudson, and Haley. Pick up in the Media Center. After 1 week, the books will be returned to the shelf.
Now for an awesome admin moment.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and happy Friday Eve to you all. I hope that you're having a great day. I have to first apologize because it was my responsibility to share dismissal behaviors with you yesterday, and I was unable to do so. However, in the middle of the day, I did receive an email request from the Office of Transportation asking for students to stop walking through the traffic circle on the bus lot. So I think it was meant to be because I did not have that included in CHAMPS for afternoon dismissal. So we'll go over that tomorrow during morning announcements, but I do just want to reiterate the request that was made yesterday afternoon, and Mr. Chandler and I were out on the bus lot moving students. That's a safety concern. Transportation was very concerned about that, and they asked for us to stop allowing students to go through the circle. That's honestly our bad. Mr. Chandler and I kind of like grouping you guys in the middle there so that we can make sure, you know, if your bus was late, we had you all in one location. We're just going to move that to the basketball courts where you guys were yesterday. So instead of going through the traffic circle, you guys have to travel around. And like I said, I'll mention that during dismissal CHAMPS tomorrow morning. But today is not about dismissal CHAMPS. Today is about hallway behaviors. Now, guys, this is really, really important because middle school is one of those, pun intended, in the middle times when you do have a good bit of freedom in changing classes, a good bit of freedom in going to your lockers and taking care of things that you need to take care of. There is no adult on campus who doesn't want to allow you the opportunity to use the restroom. That is a human need that we all have. But you've got to, with great power comes great responsibility, right? I'm going to use my Spider-Man quote there. So when you have this extra freedom, so to speak. You've got to use it maturely, okay? So we're going to talk first about transition hallway behaviors when classes are changing, and then I'm going to talk a little bit more specifically about how you should move in the hallway when class is in session. So if you're having to go to the nurse or the office, or you're having to go to the restroom during your class. So in the hallway, when you're transitioning or between classes, you want to keep the level of conversation. And here it says level 2, level 3. Guys, I'm going to say if you're transitioning through a hallway where another grade level is currently in class, that honestly needs to be a 0 or 1. We have 8th graders moving to lunch through that front hallway. 6th graders are still in class at that time. So you've got to keep your voice level down so that you don't interrupt the class of other students. And 8th graders, that's kind of hard sometimes for you to remember because you guys stay in that back hallway, and a lot of times you're changing classes all at one time. But it's important to be aware of the area that you're traveling in and realizing that your 6th and 7th grade peers are in class. So think about that when you are transitioning. Guys, you should not be arguing. You should not be yelling. This should not be an opportunity for you to settle conflict. Guys, this is the worst opportunity to settle conflict, because when you are looking to settle a conflict, you should not be looking to your same age peers, okay? Your same age peers are not going to give you good advice, not on purpose. They're not trying to give you bad advice. They just don't have the maturity level. They don't have the experience, and they don't have an understanding of consequences to give you good advice. Do you know who's going to give you good advice? We are. Because we do care about you, we care about the conflict that you're having, and we also want to make sure that's settled in a mature way that's going to keep everybody out of trouble. So you shouldn't be arguing, you shouldn't be settling conflicts during that time. If you need help, okay, if you need help during this time, you need to ask an adult. And I see that it says bus lot car rider, so I got thrown off because it says hallway behaviors at the top. So I'm just going to talk about hallway behaviors right now. So if you are in the hallway during transition and you need help, there are adults everywhere. Okay, that's part of our transition expectation. Teachers are out of their classrooms, they're monitoring the hallways. So there's no reason why you won't be able to find an adult to help you if you need it. If you don't know where to go, if you're having a situation that you need to go to the office, to the nurse, stop and ask an adult. Because again, you've got to use that responsibility to make sure adults know where you are, because if you're supposed to be in class and you don't make it there, we get worried, and we work really hard to make sure you're safe. Activity. What does that activity look like when you are transitioning to class? You are going by your one-way hallway rotation, okay? I know it gets annoying sometimes, especially when you feel like it's going around a circle when you could just be going a straight line to your destination. The reason why we do that, guys, is to allow for a safe transition all in one direction. When you have groups of students going in opposite directions, it creates a lot of congestion. It can create a safety concern. And also, it can just create a lot of anxiety for students who may need extra help finding where they're going. So that's why we do that. We want to make sure that the transitions are smooth and safe. And I know that sometimes you guys get more steps in than you want during that transition, and that's okay. But we just want to make sure that the transitions are the way that they're supposed to be. So activity movement, keep your hands to yourself. You should not be pushing. You should not be pushing. I'm just going to start with that. I've been witnessing a couple transitions lately where students are pushing each other out of the classroom. Guys, we will all go back in the classroom and sit down. Teachers, I encourage you not to let your students line up at the door before dismissal. You dismiss your students. When I was in the classroom, all students had to be seated before I dismissed them. That way they could get up and leave in an orderly fashion. We've gotten into a habit of allowing students to kind of pack up against the open doorway. So when you set them free, imagine the bottleneck that we've created and the pushing that could occur because kids are just like, really, really, really excited about going to their next class. So we should not be pushing, keep our hands to ourselves, continue to travel safely. Success is getting to class on time. Guys, we have lockers now. You've got specific times to go to your lockers. This is not an excuse to start being late to classes. We don't want students to start racking up tardies and consequences for those tardies. Okay. I do want to just remind everybody. I know that the document here is a little bit confusing, so I apologize for that. But I do want to let you guys know that in the afternoon dismissal tomorrow, I will go over all of this here, and we'll make sure that you see the transition behavior, transition champs in the hallways posted up like we have in the cafeteria and the bathrooms, okay? One more reminder before I leave you guys. We have our first roar today, Panther after party, if you will. And this is just a after school celebration that we have once a quarter, and our PTO runs it. It's a PTO fundraiser. So it's $5 to get a ticket. So you will buy your ticket at lunch, only at lunch, okay? Guys, if your parents have not given you permission to stay at the Panther after party, you are not buying a ticket. Guys, do not buy tickets for your friends, okay? Your parents should have given you permission and allowed you to purchase that ticket. If that didn't happen this time, or you've got a conflict with the schedule, just know we'll have another one. You're not going to miss your opportunity to do it. We'll have another one throughout the year. There'll be food, there'll be drinks available for purchase as well. Be careful when you are participating, because we want to make sure that, again, it's a fun time and it's a safe time. 7th and 8th graders, when we dismiss this afternoon, we will hold all students who have wristbands. When you pay for your Panther after party ticket, you'll get a wristband. If you do not have a wristband, you will not be allowed in the event, okay? So do not lose it. When you pay for your ticket, you will get a wristband. This afternoon, we start dismissing students to bus and car. Teachers will hold all students who have wristbands, okay? Once we have cleared the hallways of students who are leaving via bus or car rider, then we will start to release students. 7th and 8th graders will be released to the gym. You will put your belongings in the locker rooms. Girls will put their belongings in the girl locker rooms. Boys will put their belongings in the boy locker rooms. You will not be allowed to revisit those locker rooms during the Panther after party without an administrator. Okay, we're going to lock those things up so that you know that your stuff is secure. We're not going to leave that unlocked for people to go in and out and go through your stuff. So if you happen to forget something that you need in your book bag, that's okay, that happens, but you got to find an administrator to come unlock that locker room for you to get your stuff, okay? Because we'll come in there with you and just make sure everything stays secure. 6th graders with wristbands will be released, and they will bring their things to the band room. Same rule. You guys will not be able to go back to the band room for your belongings without an administrator. That area will be locked up once all things are put in there. And then once we have everybody with their belongings safely put away and they are in the locations assigned for each grade level, then we will release you to kind of go about the different areas and different activities as you wish. Okay, so we try to keep it organized so that it's safe for everybody and your belongings stay secure. Pickup time will be 5:15. We will start to wrap everything up at 5 to get you out there and ready to go. If you have questions, ask an administrator today. We hope you have an amazing day, and we hope to see you this afternoon. Bye, guys. Thank you for your attention.